have a transition from macro context, the main topic of our content, toward the micro context where we are going to connect an other document or page. And nothing for this question, for this contextual border, the ideal scenario is that contextual border is from fully network. But let's assume there is no question that is helping us to shift from macro to micro context. In this case, we'll have an option to create new questions that connects our macro context with the micro context. Yes. So here, next question is, I also have the same question as this person wrote in the bold writing. We have answered yes. Contextual borders, yes, I have answered that. And then I want to add that contextual borders also apply on an entire topical map. Yes, we need to be very much concerned about the topical border. They are applied on a single content brief as well. Yes, so we have site-wide or topical map level broader text border, and also have content brief level topical or contextual border. But here is the tricky part. Do we have the power to put any kind of border in single content brief, knowing that those certain borders can lead us to a different contextual domains or query networks? Yes, or should it be based on a query network, since query network also helps to expand on to a particular contextual domain, both lexically and semantically? Or should we directly use lexical semantics to adjust the borders? Yes, Atiksha, we have various ways to make sure we are within our topical borders. We have not.
Simply share the screen. Share the screen.
So topical borders we are discussing here, that certain borders can lead us to our different contextual domains. Yes, this question is regarding putting boundaries to which documents can we connect, which topics we can cover on our page, and which topics we can't go in detail. So here we are discussing contextual domain. You can use lexical semantics to understand whether this topic is relevant to us or not, and you can understand with your query network whether this new topic that is doubtful for you, whether it is related to the overall context of the document or not. So this way, with the very practical aspect, you can understand whether you have covered, you are within the topical borders or contextual borders of your main topic or not. Question 19. In case I have a domain related to hair removal or a domain with the name of an office or service, what would be considered its central entity? So you need to make sure the central entity reflects the overall topic of your website. So the overall topic of your website is the main topicality, and the Google algorithms recommend it as site focus core. This attribute was found. So site focus core is very important for topicality. For hair removal services, you may have different topics to cover, and the central entity will be hair. Let me search on the stuff. Hair removal. It is an entity, hair removal. So you can go with, if you choose here, it will be very broader topic. So hair removal will be the central entity. And here removal services will be the main item that you can offer services. So this way you can define your central entity and here removal. The next one, and you can do more research with your competitor research and further knowledge domain exploration. The next question is secondly, how should we design the homepage of the landing page, on page, or the landing page, and how should we design the service page? You need to design service page according to user needs, prominent and popular attributes for commercial intent of the user. So in this way, you will arrange the main headings, what is needed, what you are offering. So you will arrange the popularity and prominence of the attributes related to your services. Because in the topical maps, I have seen they create maps around things like what is size benefits. No, you have not seen the full picture. They are not only arranging the informational intents, they are also going deep in a core section of topical map. Core section is that where we cover the services, products, or end user need for the target audience. Question 21. Step-by-step roadmap of semantic SEO. I have mentioned about step-by-step roadmap is first make topical map, then content briefs, then semantic writing and publishing, then content configuration, and then along with that, off-page SEO, and then technical SEO. Do bullet point list help answer questions? Do bullet point lists negatively impact the ability of search engines to answer questions effectively? For example, if I have a blog post that includes a bullet point list summarizing key points at more than one heading, will this format hinder the chances of my content being featured as a direct answer in search results? Actually, bullet point list is called HTML list, that is structured content, either ordered, that is numbered list, or unordered. So that is bullet point without numbering. Whenever you have a step-by-step process or how to queries or anything that needs a listicle answer, you can use bullet point as a direct answer, no issue for that. Next one is question 23. Do you have any tips to create a topical map from a complex topical map into a simple topical map? This is like new knowledge like raw topical map, core section, outer section, and process topical map. Is there any difference from content planning documents like pillar, hub, cluster topic? Yes, that's very different from that clustering pillar, hub, cluster topic. I have explained the step-by-step process for topical map creation. You can understand that we cluster topics based on context and user intents. So we structure our whole website in a very pre-planned manner on clusters, intent clusters, topic clusters, and context clusters. The topical map concept is amalgamation of this filter and cluster top system and the taxonomy or structure that was used in the SEO. The next question: how to find the right entities and right or related attributes? We have to see this question. You have multiple sources. First and the most reliable source is top analysis. Google search result page is the fullest. Google knowledge base. Google's knowledge base or knowledge graph is the warehouse or a store or a storage center for the entities and their attributes. So search engine shows whatever is saved in its knowledge base. So you can understand the entities and attributes for your topic from the search results and other ways I have also explained from the Polish network extracted from the SEO tools. Then question 24, how to define the source context for local business directory, core section and outer section. Business directory. So the end user need is business directory from the query part, from the query network. You need to understand what is the end need of the target audience, what are they looking, and how you are going to satisfy their intent. Let's assume they are looking for the best real estate websites in New York. So you need to look for the navigational queries where users are mentioning specific intent, specific business need, or what perspective they are looking at particular news. And and what find of their fund often will be source from case uh, you know plurality so provide that the that your target audience is looking for. Or build this A versus B, all the informational plus navigational queries will be covered in the outer section, and those outer section content pages will be supporting the business listing pages. So this is the concept here. Question 25. How traditional SEO topical authority, where we cover all possible topics of our niche, is different from semantic topical map. What are the key differences? Are they the same with just different terms of entirely different ways to make semantic topical maps than traditional SEO topical authority maps? Actually, the traditional SEO, keyword research or topic research, is based on the keyword search volume and the difficulty scores. But in semantic SEO, we try our best of the best to understand what are the user intents, what are the various contexts in which users are searching those items. So we take care of the user intents. We never look at the keyword difficulty. Either it is 99 difficulty or it is 25 difficulty or just 4 difficulty. We just look at the search demand to understand how much users are searching for this topic, what is the demand, and in which depth we need to cover this topic. So this way, semantic topical map is different from traditional topical map. I have explained the process. You can understand and compare that with the traditional steps followed for the topical map. Then question 26. I run an international website. We have 30 countries. Smartphoneid.com English that provides online passport photo service through both an online and mobile apps, iOS and Android space. We recently migrated from WordPress to a new CMS called Sanity, and during the migration, we also updated our local codes, for example, EMS to US across all regions. Now I am considering how to restructure the content following semantic SEO best practices. I have used SEO. Do you have any tips on how to get started? So you can start with language-based topic clusters, language-based topical maps. First, you start with English queries for US target audience for English speaking countries. Create a topical map for English speaking countries that will be in English, and then expand toward your other languages country and create topical maps for those language queries. So, someone's mic is not muted, please mute your mics. Uh, so you can start with language-based topical maps for your website. First English language and then other languages you can cover on your website. It will be the ideal start for topical map creation and semantic SEO for your website. Question 28. How do service pages interact with the rest of the site? For example, is the page for Wikipedia page creation service an in-depth filler page that also explains how to book the service, or just a short page, and do pages from other silos link to it? So we have outer section for informational plus navigational intent. We have core section of topical map that covers only user need fulfilling content. Product plus services plus tools plus any specific action on our website that target audience wants to take. So the Wikipedia page creation service will be a service page. So services pages will be separate and informational pages will be separate. Informational pages will be covered in the outer section, and the purpose of creating this bifurcation is that every informational or navigational page will give link to the core section pages on your service pages. So informational articles, informational pages will give an internal link to your service page so that your funnel is completed when someone from your target audience lands on your informational page. By giving a contextual connection and internal link, you optimize your funnel and you shift your audience from informational to commercial page. And when links are going from informational to commercial pages, you are giving a hint to search engines that commercial pages are the most important pages on the website, because every informational and navigational page is routing towards commercial page. Next question, question 29. Which questions do you ask as an employer for all types of SEO? Please share all in document. That's a lengthy task. Let's move towards the next question. How should I structure internal links between hubs and subpages? Or we can answer this question briefly. Ask as an employer for all types of SEO. So when I am going to hire someone, I ask questions for experience in on-page SEO, off-page SEO, technical SEO, and then I ask further details on page SEO. What do you know about content strategy? Do you know about advanced content strategies according to Koray framework or not? How much do you know about Koray framework? And then how much do you know about link building? What are the overall off-page SEO strategies? Guest posting or brand mentions or niche edits, or what are the types of internal links and external links. What are the most beneficial types of external links or backlinks? And then technical SEO, what is LCP, FCP? How can you optimize a page for FCP? How can you optimize a page for LCP? What may be the reasons of a higher LCP score? So like that, uh, in each domain, we can ask various questions. So this is the thing. Then question 30, how should I structure internal links between hubs and subpages, and what criteria determine when to split a topic versus cover its attribute on one page? That's a very technical question. Let us break it into two questions and answer it one by one. How should I structure internal links between hubs and subpages? Actually, we divide type structure in this root, seed, node page. Root represents the central entity and central search intent. Then seed page is the cluster page that you are saying hub pages. And node is the child page for this hub page. So we make sure that for each cluster, some child pages or some sub pages are linking back to the seed page or hub page, but all the child pages and sub pages are linking each other to make a complete loop of internal links so that no page is an orphan page. So from informational documents, we give internal links to core section or commercial pages, and also we give link to the other related sub pages under the same cluster or same hub page or same seed page. And then when what criteria determine when to split a topic versus cover its attributes on one page? This is a very technical topic. We reserving a page. When we finalize the topics, we need to determine what topic need to have a separate page. So we check search demand, we check relevance, we check popularity, we check prominence, and then we check whether competitors have written pages on that topic or not. We call it separate indexes, whether such engine has separate index for that topic or not. Then next question is, do we need separate articles for each variation of this topic, or should we cover all variations in one guide? Does it create cannibalization? Yes, it may create intent cannibalization. You can search your topic on the search results and you can observe whether parent topic pages are ranking or the child topic pages are ranking. So based on this bifurcation, you can decide whether a subtopic needs to be covered in a parent topic or it needs a separate page. If it is a popular and prominent entity or attribute, then you may need to cover it in a separate page, but mostly subtopics may be covered in the parent topic in some specific niches. But each variation of your topic needs to be evaluated in detail. Then the second question is, what should be textual backlink structure in traditional SEO? We targeted the specific keywords, but how should we target now, and how many backlinks do we need to create? Either it is internal link or external link, we call it contextual connection. In semantic SEO, as per Koray's framework, we are very much concerned about contextual connection, or you can say the internal links. And we make sure that heading annotation, content around anchor text, and anchor text. These three things reflect the context of linked document. We make sure all these three things reflect the context of the linked document. So this is contextually optimized. Internal links and this contextual connection needs more details that I will cover in separate video. Here in semantic SEO, we take care that all these three things have contextual connection and reference with the linked document so that search engines understand what is the context of this linked document, and that's the real value of the backlink. Next question is, how do we carry out a holistic SEO audit and also launch a new website using this strategy? So for this holistic SEO audit, we consider, you can say it is a fullest audit. We evaluate what is the current content strategy on the website, whether is there any root page, whether the website is targeting a complete query path or not, and then what is the depth and semantic connection of each document with the main topic. And then off-page SEO and technical SEO, we evaluate all these. So this is the complete audit, as you know already. How to create structure of site audit or content according to Koray's framework to identify. Actually, Koray's framework is an advanced content strategy, and we evaluate content whether it is optimized for the target audience needs or not. So this way, we evaluate the content whether it is satisfying user intents or not, whether it is helping the audience or not, whether the topics have been fully covered on the website or not, whether pages are connected in the right way or not. So this way, we check all these things. Then question 33, how can I increase the entity score of the passage or document? And what about distance? That's a great question. So to increase entity score of the passage or document, you need to vary the entity's relation. You need to bring its semantically and contextually relevant entities. So with the help of distributional semantic, the score of your entity will be increased for single passage, and then when you spread the related entities on your whole document, the entity score will be increased for full document. And what about entity distance? Yes, you need to bring closer the entities that you want to rank for. So you need to take care of your entities spread on the page. Again, I am working on an Elementor add-on plugin, and it is very micro niche. Yes, people basically search for different widgets directly, like testimonial slider or editor pop-ups, dynamic content widgets. Here, not query-based issues. So what should be my content planning to get more targeted traffic, or what I should do with content? Simple, you need to start with topical map. When you will do all this research, you will have enough data to make sure that you are targeting the right topic in the right format. And then you will convert your topics into question format for your contextual vector on each page. And then each topic will help you understand what is the user intent and context for each topic. And then you can convert it to the page information that this page will have this title, this page will have this title. In this way, you can make a comprehensive content strategy for your website. Then question 34, how to internally link documents? Should we just follow the links from nodes, seed, and then roots? I think I have explained this in detail. Can we link from root nodes or seeds to nodes? Can we link directly from the nodes to the root? What is the best way to internally link in topical structure? So here the question is regarding the internal link. We need to give internal links from row to themes, and then not all seeds, only prominent plus popular seeds, and then saves to prominent plus popular nodes, and then nodes to nodes. This way we structure the whole website, and then outer section to core section. So this way we structure our internal links. Can we link directly from the nodes to the root? Yes, sometimes when it is naturally and logically relevant, we can link back from node to root, and sometimes we do this. What is the best way? I have explained it. Question 35. I have a question about semantic HTML structure. How to identify which element should be given the section or article or main tag. So it is not structure, it is semantic HTML tags. That's very helpful in semantic SEO. If anyone doesn't know, you can research semantic HTML tags and read article about this. So in our thigh, 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 assign these tags to this topic. So the section is the full article. Thigh, thigh, thigh. You can assign article tag, and then the main each H2 section you can assign section HTML tag, and then main content is the macro context of the document, and the widgets or the extra content on your page you can put aside, or side HTML tag is there. Yes, you can mention those tags. If you read full article on semantic HTML tags, it will be very much clear. That's a very simple concept. Question 36. If I want to run an SEO agency in 10 states of the USA and target almost 10 business categories, how should we create a topical map? Would there be separate topical maps for each business city and business category? Yes, you need to have small topical maps for these business city and business category. Thigh, thigh, thigh. Business categories, it means have 10 small topical maps that you will connect back, and it will be a one bigger topical map including 10 small topical maps. Question 37. What's the most difficult part for creating a topical map for a digital marketing agency? The most difficult part is to understand the user needs and intents through query network, because there are a lot of user queries regarding digital marketing. So it is always a problematic step, and most efforts are consumed in this step to understand user intents, and that step is actually called query semantic. What are the intents and contexts flowing in the user queries? Then question 38. If I want to rank the one marketing website in two countries, is it possible through a topical map? Yes, it is. Uh, if if you want to provide services only these two countries, so it will follow a local topical map, or at country levels. So you will have two topical map for both countries. Why to separate topical map based on country? Because to enhance the locality, you need to mention the main cities or main provinces or main states, whatever the administrative structure of that country. You need to mention that on your website to enhance the relevance and connection with that locality. Thai, 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 Thai. Line is the URL for my product pages in abc/custom/product, and all my products are listed under custom. And I structure my topic map nodes with URLs like abc.com blog/root seed node. Is this URL structure correct? Yes, your structure is correct. If it is not, Shopify, remove this tag. Shopify doesn't allow to remove this blog tag. And if it is on Shopify, you are compelled to use this, then that's the perfect idea. No issue. Question 40. Would you like a basic step-by-step guide to semantic SEO in Urdu? Yes, that's a difficult part to cover both languages. So it is better you understand English, and then when you will create a website, you need specific content in English. And if you want to serve your audience, so major audience is English, so don't stick with a local language. Either it is Bangladeshi, either it is Hindi, either it is Urdu or German or any local language. It is better to get aware with English and better to understand it. Question 41. How to prioritize the entity we should go for when on a low budget and shortage of manpower? How to prioritize the entity we should go for when on a low budget? Yes, when you have low budget, then create a small topical map and look for the specific audience needs for long tail queries. And then make sure to publish only relevant and the comprehensive content. For example, if you publish low number of pages, make sure those pages are the best of the best among all the ranking competitors. You have covered all the quality standards that your competitors already used to rank higher on the SERP. So it is always better to write good content, not that good one that Google calls it is not helpful content. No. What information your competitors have provided in the content, you need to provide more information. If they have provided 2 perspectives, you need to provide 3, 4, 5 perspectives to make your content more comprehensive. You need to mention more entities, attributes in your content than your competitors, so that search engine finds your content most comprehensive, most trustworthy, and most authoritative than your competitors. So slowly, search engine will start noticing your content quality and will start testing you with initial ranking. So next question, 42. Why did you stop your YouTube videos? I had a short pause to make sure that audience understands the basic concepts regarding entity types, entities, uh, user intent types, and all these things in between. And now from this week, I am starting again the practical sessions. Those sessions were only theoretical. Now I'm going to start practical sessions from topical map creation, then content brief creation, and then semantic content writing. And we will be using a lot of AI tools like custom GPTs that I use in my agency. Question 43. Would you please prioritize prominence, popularity, and relevance? Why and which one we should consider to carry more weightage? If you get the point, it is great. Otherwise, I have placed some examples where sometimes relevancy is ignored to get the first spot. Yes, that's a debatable question, and more discussion is needed here. First of all, most of the time we prioritize popularity. First of all, the most popular attributes are covered higher in a page. I am recalling Sir Corey's wording. He was saying, he said in one of his lecture, when we have popular attribute on the top of our page, then search engine is satisfied that what is the most demanded information or topic has been provided from the start of the page, from the top of the page. So this document becomes more relevant to the most demanded topics. When most demanded information is covered in the start of the document, search engine notices that, and then the chances of high ranker sites are higher. And then prominence after popularity. For contextual coverage, for topical coverage, we prioritize prominent attributes of an entity or attribute. And then I don't think relevance is compromisable thing. I am unable to imagine how relevance can be compromised. Relevance is the actual border for us. We can't cross this border. If one thing is not relevant, how can we add that item in our page? If you give example in our next session, you are requested to add examples with your question, and then I can discuss that. Question 44. How to plan web page content structure as per semantic SEO? Can we create content from chatgpt or any other AI tool as per semantic SEO framework? If yes, what should be the prompt? Actually, uh, page structure, content structure is always manual process. We can't automate this thing. After a lot of research, we need to prioritize heading structure. We need to prioritize contextual flow, which will be the first section, which will be the second section. AI can do, but ChatGPT can't do. If you integrate multiple agents in N8N or make.com, then you can do this process on automation basis. But mostly, when you automate all these things, if there is fault in one agent, the effect will be multiplied and you need to edit the end product. That's why when we automate things in such concepts, then the output raise more attention than the manual work completion. So editing takes more time there. So avoid to automate any full process. Take help from AI for micro steps of your process and then finalize the final item manually. That's my recommendation. Question 45. How to check our content is useful and structured correctly as per semantic SEO. Semantic SEO is for semantic search engine, semantic web. So, sub-based clustering, sub-based contextual flow, and sub-based information knowledge graph is the most reliable and authoritative way to follow. So always look for the sub results, how information is arranged on the sub results. So that's a big hit for your understanding. Question 46. Can you provide an example of route, speed, node, And where should I start my semantic SEO journey, from Koray's articles or YouTube videos apart from paid subscription? If you have Koray's paid subscription, then in the course there is a list of articles and Koray's YouTube videos. You can start watching those, and exact there there are some websites where the Koray has some work in the past. You can check Oscar Wiley website. You can check Velzo website. You can check Athletic Insight. And one precaution here, their traffic may have been down right now because Core is not consistently working on these websites. Once upon a time, Sir Core worked on these websites, and they, and their traffic was high at that moment. When they left, maybe they have not carried, maybe they have not carried the legacy of the legend. So their traffic may be low now. You need to check only URL structure and how content is formatted. Domain.com, and I have mentioned one Google patent like this one, topic distillation via subsite retrieval. I can show you. We will have weekly patent discussion meeting, and in those meetings I will explain Google patents each week. Here is the URL structure that you are asking. This is the domain name, and this one is the child page of this, or you can say seed page. So this seed page 112 have child pages, and 120 child page has sub child 131, 132, and then 131 has two grandchild pages, sub child pages 141 and 142. This patent is regarding site structure. So it is rest dev. I am going to show you URL structure that patent is explaining. So in this section, I presenting this Google patent in private community. So I have some highlights and what I have explained here. So this is the URL structure search engine is showing. This one. This is the domain. Then this is the root page, seed page, node page. So you can check this Google patent, and I have mentioned some websites where you can find this URL structure. Question 47, my niche controlled medication. Blog website informational purpose, how to start my first step of semantic SEO step by step lead, what should be the SEO plan? Whenever you think about starting a new website or blog, so always consider first question, what is the source content? What end user need you are going to provide to your audience? If you say you are providing informational purpose, so this is the first red flag for starting a website. Never ever start a website just for informational purpose. No, Google will not allow you get higher traffic, higher rankings. It will not be possible for only information purpose. Every website needs to cover the query path, and query path involves all these three user intents: informational plus, navigational plus, commercial slash, and user action. If it is selling or offering any service, then it is a commercial page. But if no commerciality involved, then end user action. What is the end user action or end user need from the query path? For example, a calculator website. It is not selling anything, but it is providing a specific need of the target audience. A currency exchange website. It is not selling any product or offering any service, but it is providing and need fulfillment for a specific user action. So don't go with only informational or only end user need like tool site. Make all these things on your website. So you need come answer with complete query path. So all the efforts involved in the topical map creation have a single concept in mind. We need to cover the query path of our target audience. Whatever audience you are going to target, you need to cover query path of your target audience. So never ever go with any single intent. You need to cover full query path on the website. Next question, question 48. How to audit websites if traffic is continuously dropping? How to implement semantic SEO? What should be the starting point? How can we build a topical map? What should be the strategy in order to fill gaps? How can we improve website visibility on LLMs? How to utilize prompt data for LLMs? As we all know that being cited in LLMs is very crucial. You are in such a hurry, a number of questions in one go. So let's target them one by one. How to audit websites? Thai, Thai, Thai. Continuously dropping. First, you need to check Google Search Console. Check which pages are losing traffic, which queries have lost the traffic, which queries have started ranking on the further pages, which pages have lost the higher rankings positions. So from single page or from each single page that was getting traffic previously, now its traffic has been dropped. You need to check for which queries traffic has been dropped. So in this way, you will find that for these topics, search engine is ranking other websites and I lost traffic from this page. So this page by page analysis will help you understand what topic search engine is not giving you traffic. How to implement semantic SEO? I explained topical map, content brief, writing plus Thai, publishing plus configuration according to GSC queries plus link building plus tech SEO. So this is the comprehensive name of content strategy plus link building plus tech SEO. So you need to take care of all these departments of SEO. What should be the starting point? Starting point is audit, then topical map, and then I have explained the full process. How can we build a topical map? Process explained in question 3. What would be the what should be the strategy in order to fill gaps? Topical map will help you understand. Then how can we improve website visibility on LLMs? Relevance and responsiveness configuration on the website will help you rank in LLM. How to utilize prompt data for LLMs? What is prompt data, by the way? Unable to understand what is this? In the next session, you can write your question again As all we know that being such LLMs is very much crucial. So you need to make content relevant and responsive for the user needs and queries. Then question 49. So please how to come in AI overview. Relevant and responsive content. So you need to check what are the singular user needs in your document, in your niche. What are the singular user contact and needs by the target audience? You need to cover those on your website for the passage ranking. Passage ranking is the base of feature snippet, and then these feature snippets are the base of AI overviews and AI mode. Next, question 50 is what is the success rate for implementing Koray framework? If you have implemented this framework on 10 sites, how many sites got ranked success to failure ratio? Koray's framework is actually one part of puzzle. It is advanced content strategy. Plus, we need link building plus tech SEO. If you want to rank for informational and navigational queries, Koray's framework will help you rank. I have personal experiences where the website started to rank for the average levels, but to compete for commercial topic, you can't rank without link building. So you need link building to rank for the commercial topic. Question 51 and success ratio is 100% for Koray's framework if you have budget for link building. So it is a mixture of both of these things. Question 51, I have seen people sharing their success for existing websites. How about start a fresh site by choosing a topic and create topical map and content and rank it so that we get real example? Yes, that's a good scenario and ideal scenario where you can invest for link building, tech SEO, and advanced content strategy like Koray's framework. You can start that. That is better than implementing Koray's framework on existing website because they have a lot of mistakes, wrong website structures, low quality content. So it becomes difficult to integrate Koray's framework on existing websites. How can semantic content be created for a microservice website such as carpet cleaning Tampa? Yes, the process is same. Do research from SERP analysis to query network exploration. So all these things will be helpful for you to understand what semantic content is needed here. Then question 53, what is the learning path to master? Where should I start from? From Koray's articles on his Holistic website or his YouTube channel. So hard work is the key to be a master. If you are ready to do hard work, start from Koray's article. Then on YouTube channel, we do have videos playlist. Here Koray shows a real website and give 3 to 4 practical lessons for SEO. You need to have some basics about overall SEO. Koray will not share how to optimize on-page SEO factors. He will not share anything like that. He will not share how to put content in WordPress, how to upload content on WordPress, where to put the page. So he will not be discussing that. You need to have some basics, and then he will build advanced techniques on your basic understanding. What is tech SEO? Tech SEO means technical SEO, that is page speed